So most of them are commodities, but we have also currencies, we have also financial, we have also stock index, we have also cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So also for these markets, we have COT data. And my trading approach is based on COT data. I learned this strategy from Larry Williams. It's based on his strategy. So I developed this strategy for myself. So and did some changes, but the idea is based on strategy from Larry Williams, how to trade commodities based on COT data. But we have COT data also for stock index and also for currencies. Therefore, I put the COT data also for these markets here in the COT map. Here you will see the value of COT index. Here you can see the change comparing to the previous week. Here you can see the technical analysis pattern. So I saw in the chart a question: what is more important, COT data or technical analysis? Both are important, and both in combination give you better results. First of all, I look at the chart and see which technical analysis chart pattern we have. For example, we have here bullish, how to say in English, maybe you can see that on the chart. So here, this is the technical analysis or technical pattern on the weekly chart, as you can see. And then next step, I look at COT data and see where we have COT data, on which levels we have COT signals. And so in the combination, I get better results as I use only COT data or only COT or only technical analysis. So also you can combine it with seasonal trend. Seasonal trend you will find also on our website. So as you can see on the last column, so you see how old a COT signal is. So we have for COT signal a rule. It could be a certain number of weeks could be valid. After that, it's not valid anymore. And as you can see, we don't have valid COT signals for stock index. For me, on the weekend, toys markets are not interesting because I don't have valid COT index. But I have valid COT index by bonds, as you can see here. So I got here my buy signal by bonds. So in here you can use your technical analysis. So you can see we have here a support level. We got already several buy signals on this price level in the past. So it means we have here strong support. Also, we have here 2 points and can draw here a line. So as you can see, we have here support and resistance. And the probability is very high that we will see here a price movement to the next resistance. So, and we will have here a uptrend by bonds. So as you can see, the COT index changed from COT sell signal to COT buy signal here. So very quickly, we had here downward trend, and this trend was not bad. So you could trade this trend. I traded not 30 years, I traded 5 years T-Nuts. I will show you this trade later, but as you can see, we got here a 3 weeks downward trend. This is not bad because this is a weekly trend and you trade on daily chart. So on daily chart, you have 2 weeks opportunities, 2 weeks long opportunities to trade this market short. So maybe you will have also 2-3 weeks uptrend in this market and you can trade this market long. So this market is interesting. So you can put this market on the watch list. So this is how I do that. Let's have a look at other markets. So we have here correlated markets, 30 years, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, all markets are correlated and we have, approximately same pattern in each market. So we have to choose one of them to put it on the watch list. And so we have one bonds market on the watch list. Next sector is currency. So in currencies, we have one major currency. This is the dollar index. Then we have a bundle of European currencies, Euro, FX, Swiss franc, British pound. Then we have Japanese yen. This is a lone warrior. We don't have bundle with this currency. Then we have a bundle of currencies like Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, or New Zealand dollars. These are commodities currencies. And then we have Mexican peso. As you can see, we got a new buy signal by Japanese yen. This market is interesting, very interesting. So let's have a look at this market in detail. For that one, I changed to my presentation. 1 second. So, and we will dive in deeper and in this market. Let's have a look here at this chart, dollar index and Japanese yen. 1 second. So I have here Japanese yen. Yes. So let's have a look at Japanese yen. As you can see, we had by Japanese yen buy signals in the past in the May and July 2024. So now we touch again the same price level, and we got 3 buy signals on this price level. This market is setting up for a uptrend. So as you can see, also we have here buy signals on same level. We have here a commodity commercial neto position which increase. So also here we had same buy signals on the same level, and also during this price movement, commercial neto position increased, and after that we got a uptrend in this market. So also here you can see maybe we will have here a uptrend to the upside to this level by 0.71875. So because we have here a support and a resistance, and the next level could be here and this price level, in the area of this price level. Let's have a look at other markets. So I switch again to my membership. So here we have also other currency. Not bad is Mexican peso, because as you can see, we have here a uptrend in Mexican peso. We had a uptrend whole year. So, and we didn't got here a buy signals. We got here a lot of sell signals against of the trend. This is the weak point of COT data. If you have here a strong trend, upward trend, so or downward trend, a strong trend in one direction, long term, so then you get lot of signals against a trend. So, and in this situation, COT data doesn't work well. So, but here you can see we got a correction. The correction was 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, and we got a buy signal in direction of previous uptrend. Usually, these kind of signals are very nice because they are in direction of the trend. This market is usually I put markets like this on the watch list. So let's have a look at Euro FX. Also, we have here a support level. We have 2 buy signals on the same price level. Also, this market is for me a good market for a long trade. So let's have a look at the next sector. So we have here metals. We have gold, silver, platinum, palladium, copper. And in gold and silver, we have buy signals. So we got again a buy signal after a 3 weeks correction. So the problem in this market is we got before very strong uptrend. And to be honest, to make money in this kind of markets, what we have now with the high volatility, it's not so easy, but much easier is to make money when the trend starts. And as you can see here, we got here a sign for a uptrend based on COT data. So before we had uptrend, then we got a correction. So we got first buy signal, we got second buy signal, and as you can see, we got here also a consolidation, then breakout, and several weeks uptrend, then correction, again buy signal, uptrend, correction, against buy signal, uptrend. And also here, last year, from May until October, we had a consolidation here in gold and got here a breakout and very strong uptrend. And if you ask me how to make money in gold, so in current market, I would say in current market, it's very difficult to make money because we don't have consolidation now. We have high volatility and not consolidation. Much easier to make money if we have long time consolidation, several weeks, and then we have breakout. So, and then we have again consolidation, breakout. So like we had here, so therefore to make money is much easier when the trend starts. And if you ask me how to find out the point when a trend starts. So for this one, you need COT data. Because COT data, based on COT data, you got here a buy signal, you got here a buy signal, here, here, and here. And if you, for example, traded here a breakout, so maybe you started to trade the first buy signal, it wasn't successful, but by second buy signal, you was in the market. So, and if you trade this market as trend trading and you stay in the position, you will get here 36 hours with this one trade. Not here when the market is very volatile and moved like crazy horse. You made money if you are on the beginning of the trend and you hold the trend in the position. So you will be in the position. This is how you make money. And if you ask me, okay, what is about the other markets? So do we have the same pattern in other markets? And now I want to show you also other markets which has same pattern. So silver, the same situation. We got also here consolidation. So when we first look at metals, and then I want to show you other market. Let's have a look here. Also here it was a consolidation, several weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. We had here a consolidation. Then we got here a buy signal. Then we got here a breakout. The same is here, several weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks consolidation, then buy signal, and then, as you can see, also breakout. And here, also very strong uptrend. Also here, it was possible, when you start from here, for example, it was possible to make also 30, 35 hours with this one single trade. So in the markets, I showed you before 40 markets. In 40 markets, usually you have per year 5, 6 big trends like this, like we had in metals, like we have in crude oil, like we had, for example, in soybean oil. So let's have a look at soybean oil. Also was very strong up move in soybean oil. So also here, let's have a look. Also here we got a buy signal, and also here we had a several weeks consolidation space. So as you can see, we got buy signal, we got breakout, and when you stay here in the position, you can make 10 hours with this one trade, 10 hours. So let's have a look at other markets. Other markets, what currently plays, or what currently is in the news is crude oil. Let's have a look at crude oil. Crude oil, and I want to show you other market which is better than crude oil. So we got a problem in with Iran, Israel, and USA. So this conflict and the Hormuz Sea Strait was closed. So we have a problem with supply. If supply gets less, then we have higher price. So the price gets higher. So, and here you can see the crude oil made here a uptrend, and we got here a buy signal. So on the beginning of the trend, we got here a buy signal. So if you trade here some breakout level, you can trade this market. But the problem is with this market, with crude oil, this market has not so clean COT signals. What I mean by that? Let's have a look here. We got at the beginning of the uptrend here a buy signal. So, but we also got a sell signal here based on COT data. And here could happen that your position will be closed here and you can't take this up move. The problem is with crude oil, as I showed you before, is the COT signals are not so clear than in other markets. Which market I want to show you now. So market, what I mean is, for example, gasoline or heating oil, especially heating oil. This market has stronger up move than crude oil. And let's have a look at the signal quality. Here you can see the signal quality was much better. We got here a buy signal a week before the conflict started. So it means in this week after COT buy signal, we had 1 week time to prepare for this long trade. First. Second, we didn't get here a sell signal. As you can see, COT index was here in the buy zone all the time. So it means you are still in the position now with a profit of 10 hours. Yeah, 10 hours. Just this one single trade. So why gasoline and heating oil moves stronger than crude oil? For crude oil, we have some storage, more than, for example, gasoline, and also more than for heating oil. And the demand of the heating oil and also gasoline is still the same, but we have some interruption in supply chain through the Hormuz Seaway. So therefore, we have here much stronger problem than in crude oil, because for crude oil, we have more in storage crude oil than gasoline or heating oil. So in this case, when it will happen in the future, it's good to know that heating oil and gasoline will improve or will increase much stronger than crude oil. And also the signal quality in heating oil is much clean than in crude oil. So as you can see, I showed you before metals, gold, I showed you before silver. So here, as you can see, heating oil, I showed you before soybean oil, and one market which was also in a downtrend was cocoa. But if you take a look at cocoa, you will find that we don't have here a sell signal. So we have here downward trend, strong downward trend. So as you can see, the market is in a downward trend since 10 months. So, but we didn't got here a sell signal based on COT data. So therefore, we got here a strong trend, but it was we weren't able to trade this market because we didn't have COT sell signal. So this was 5 markets what I showed you with strong trends last year, and also the mid market was also not bad market last year in 2025. Let's have a look at this and at this market. So also strong trends in this market. So and also a downtrend in Bitcoin, which you can trade based on COT data. The signal quality by Bitcoin is very high. Let's have a look at this market here. So here we have a resistance. So we got a buy signal, we got breakout. So then we have again resistance. So we got a buy signal, we got breakout. Then we got first sell signal, we got second sell signal. So we had here a support, we got here breakout. Then, as you can see, again sell signal, and again breakout. And here currently, as you can see, we have again sell signal. We will see what will happen, but if you take a look at the previous behavior, maybe we will have here again breakout to the downside. But the technical analysis in combination with COT data in Bitcoin markets works very good. As you can see here, also here buy signal, also breakout and uptrend. So this was very nice market in 2024, 2025, and also in 2026. So you could trade this market based on COT data and technical analysis very well. Okay, let's have a look at other markets. So we have here crude oil, gasoline, and heating oil. All these markets are strong correlated, but when we have conflicts like in Iran now, so usually gasoline and heating oil so increase stronger, and also the correction is stronger. Yeah, natural gas, net gas is not natural gas. For example, crude oil is the price move on crude oil is based on geopolitical conflicts. Net gas not. Net gas, the price movement by net gas, it depends on weather forecast and not on geopolitical problems. So therefore, this market currently is not a political markets. So by soft markets, we have cotton with uptrend, but we don't have a buy signal in this market. So we have buy signal in coffee. This is also interesting market. So we have here a support, and in this support, we got two buy signals. So in the past, on the same price level. But I changed now to my presentation. I prepared this market in my presentation to show you some interesting pattern. So let's have a look at my presentation. And here you can see, so coffee, 1 second, Japanese yen it was. So it was copper, coffee second. So it was here, I think. So this was, no. Yes, this is here. Yeah. Okay, we have coffee here. And here you can see we have here a support on the same level, two buy signals. But if you have a look at Robusta coffee future, you can see here a downtrend in this market and sell signals. Therefore, I don't want to trade coffee long because I see that Robusta coffee is very, very weak. So therefore, for me, this market is not a long market. This market is a short market. I have here my support level, and if I see here a breakout under support level and I have COT sell signal, I will trade this market short. Okay, let's have a look at markets, what I have on my presentation, because so we are done with most markets on the COT map, or maybe here I want to show you also how I close my routine on Sunday. So on Sunday, I check all this market. We have also grains market. I check all this market and put the market on the watch list. So I create my watch list. We have also grains market here, but most interesting grains I will show you in my presentation. So after this work is done, so usually I need for this work about 1 hour. So I create a watch list with market which are which are interesting for the common trading week. And during the week, I trade this market, or I look at the chart and see, okay, if I have entry patterns in this market, I trade this market. If not, I don't do anything. So this is how I do my trading routine on Sunday, and during the week I just trade this market, and for this routine under the week I just need 15 minutes. So here you can see my open trades. So currently I have open trades in here in Canadian dollar, in live cattle. So and I post also in my community every day a trading plan daily for members of my trading community, what I do on my trading account. For example, here you can see I post my open positions. So I update my open trades, no change, or I move my stop loss. So then I also show new trades, for example. Yes, here, as you can see, we have a new trade, what I planned for the coming day. And I show here my short trade, my entry, short price, my stop loss, and also my take profit. So I'm 100% transparent. So all my trades, all my open trades daily, I update and I show my losses, I show my winners. So completely transparent. Day by day, I send this trading plan to my trading community. Okay, let's change to my presentation. And I show you the markets which I prepared for today. So I spoke about gold and also about crude oil. For me, this market is interesting at the beginning of the trend, after a long consolidation. Now when we have high volatility and no consolidation, so for me, this market is not interesting yet. So I want to see, for example, here, a sideways move, for example, like this, for several weeks, and also here against buy signal. So, and then breakout to the upside in direction of previous trend. This would be for me the pattern I'm waiting for, and the same in crude oil as well. So, like for example here, it was several weeks sideways move and then breakout, and then here started a trend. Also here sideways move, breakout, sideways move, breakout. So this is what I'm looking for. Therefore, for me now, I'm staying on the sideline, so I'm flat, and I'm waiting for new consolidation and new buy signal based on COT data. Okay, so back to my presentation. Yeah, also here I showed some breakouts here and so on. Dollar index, also very interesting, because dollar index, we got here a sell signal in dollar index, and currently this market is in a range between 160 and 96. So you can see here, maybe we will have here some down move to 96 level. But if you take a look, for example, to a quarter chart, here you see quarter bars, you will see we are in a uptrend since 2010. So last 10 years, we are in a uptrend, and currently we are on the trend line, and 96 is very important level. when we will see the price under 96, so it could be a trend change to downside, and we will see here a strong downtrend. Bitcoin, I spoke already about Bitcoin. Here we have, same pattern like here. We will see what will happen. So I tried to trade Bitcoin short. I was stopped out. So my timing was not perfect, but it was rule-based. Therefore, for me, this trade was okay. So here you can see, so the bearish flag and then breakout to the downside again. So consolidation, and I'm waiting for next breakout in Bitcoin. So Canadian dollar, in Canadian dollar, we got here also very strong resistance level. So we got several sell signals, and we got head shoulder formation on the weekly chart. Therefore, I decided to trade this market short, and look how I did it. So first of all, I found here a support. Here you can see this line. So I traded first a breakout. It was not successful. I was breakout. I was stopped out. So then I saw the bearish setup is still valid, and therefore I did my re-entry again here. Again, breakout. In the past, when I was young, when I was not so experienced trader, usually after first stop out in some market, I was not able to do re-entry because I was emotional. So I thought, this market is bullshit, so I don't want to trade this market. But step by step, I become professional, and now I trade this market. I can do 5 re-entries in the same market when we have a valid setup. And I did here my my re-entry. And as you can see, I'm still in a position. I closed a part of my position of my trade, made some profit, and with other 3 contracts, I'm still in the market. So my profit was $2,160 with this short trade. So let's have a look at Japanese yen. I already analyzed Japanese yen. Therefore, I want to see other markets. I want to analyze other markets here. Let's have a look at copper. In copper, we have a buy signal. And if I take a look at daily chart, I see here also shoulder, head, shoulder, naked line. So breakout to under this line. So then a correction, and we saw also strong market yesterday. So, and if the price will go over the right shoulder here, so this market would be for me very interesting for a long trade. I have this market on the watch list here. Okay, coffee, I already showed you interesting pattern if you take a look at Robusta and at daily chart. So let's have a look, 5 years T-nuts. So I already showed you that. So usually bonds market or T-nuts or T-bonds is not so easy to trade, to be honest. So, but I showed you before resistance and support level, and you can try, but it's not so easy. So I tried, as you can see, I tried to trade this down trade in the market. So this sell signal, the last sell signal. So 1 second, how to do that? Okay, good. So this sell signal, so I tried to trade. So let's have a look how it was. So here you can see I took breakout. I did here a short trade, but I was closed by trailing stop with my part of my position, and I was stopped out with rest of my position. So I made here $400. So it's nothing for my account size. So soybean meal, this is also a market in which I see a bearish setup. So we have here two sell signals in this market. Let's have a look at daily chart, and on daily chart we have here very long consolidation. So, and currently we are shortly before a breakout to the downside. So my entry price, I already have orders in the market. My short entry price is by 303.6. My take profit is by 267, and my stop loss is by 314.5. So I risk here $1,090 per contract in this market. Okay, and yeah, this was the last market from my presentation. So now we can go to FAQ. Yeah, let's start with FAQ.
Max, we've had a couple of questions, so I'll start with them first. So one of the questions was, what are the variables that determine a signal? Is it managed money, net long short, non-commercials, net long short, or a hierarchy rule-based system that concludes when an asset is overall long?
So the COT signal is based on commercials. Exactly rules I can't tell you because this is the part of our coaching program. If you are interested to learn our strategy with all the rules, so you can use the link. I want to show you the link. So, and you can book, for example, a demo session. We will show you what our coaching, what our service is, how we can support you to become a better trader. So I want to post this link in the chart. So, but exactly rules I don't give for a strategy because this is the part of the coaching program. So I do here a lot of stuff for free, but I can't do everything for free. We have also to charge for some services because we have to run all these systems and all these services, personal and and so on.
Great, thank you. Felipe, I hope this answers your question more or less. And the next one is basically two questions in one. Max, do you use, or I presume Paul, you meant legacy or a disaggregated COT? If disaggregated, how to judge swap dealers?
No, I use legacy report, so I do it not so complicated, but I know in some markets, disaggregated report works better than legacy. But for me, my system, it should be very, very simple, because if your system is too complicated, so then maybe you have some problems by implementation. If your system is very simple, so it's more easy to stay disciplined and to implement this strategy on a regular basis, on daily basis.
Okay, thank you, Paolo. Let us know if we've answered your question. And the next one is, how many weeks do you wait till the COT setup becomes invalid?
I wait until 6 weeks.
Okay, good. And another one is, how do we determine intra-week bias during COT data?
Inter-week buyers, I don't understand the question. Sorry, can you explain it in a different way?
Right, okay, I don't remember who was asking that. Could you please, if you could, reformulate? And also, there is a question from Hamid. How do you use for scalping, which is not exactly our strategy?
No, I don't use scalping because I don't believe in scalping for myself. So maybe it works for somebody, but not for me because I'm father. I have two kids. They're 6 and 7. So I have wife. So I have a team. So which is running inside the week education website and offer all the stuff that you can find there for free. So I have to manage this team. So I don't have time for scalping. Swing trading, this is the best trading approach for me and also for full-time traders, because when I started to trade this strategy, I was full-time worker. I worked in a big commodities company. So from 9 to 5, I wasn't able to scalp, or to scalp in the evening if you are tired after 8 hours work. It also doesn't make you happy. So therefore, I was looking for a trading approach which fits my daily schedule, which is not in conflict with my 9 to 5 job. And this is swing trading and trend trading. So in swing trading, I can do all my analytics job on the weekend. On the weekend, I don't work. So on the weekend, usually I have my free time. So I have enough time to do my analytics. And during the week, with a effort of 15 minutes, I can implement all these trades. So on daily candles, this is not intraday trading. This is swing trading on end of day candles. So therefore, this is very so you don't have to spend so much time for that. So, and you can combine your 9 to 5 job with this kind of trading. And this was also my start of my trading career. After 2.5 years, so I decided to quit my job and to focus on my life. So, and to focus more on commodities trading. But I realized, so if I focus more on my swing trading, I don't earn more money. So it's I earn the same money, same amount of money, because what I have to do is to implement my trading strategy, and it takes me 1 hour on the weekend, 2 hours on the weekend, and 50 minutes under the weekend, so not more. So if you invest more time, it doesn't make you more rich. So therefore, I started to do something in terms of analytics work. So on prepared COT data for the community, create a community, and so on.
Thank you. I hope that answers the question about scalping. Thank you, Max. And another question is, can you please explain how do investors rotate the money in different markets, and how can we understand their mindset and take benefit from it?
So usually you can do it also based on COT report, because in COT report you can see speculators. And if you, for example, create a map based on large speculators, and if you take a look on these 40 markets, you will see we have all the sectors there. We have stock index, so we have bonds, we have metals, commodities, so we have also cryptocurrencies. So you can, if you create, for example, map like this based on COT data, large speculators, so you can see where large speculator put their money. So because you see that in the COT report. I don't do this work, but if your goal is to understand that, so you can use large speculators from COT report for that.
Okay, and another question from Paulus. What criteria you use when choosing futures contract? For example, a soybean meal, you use a December contract, not May or July.
Yeah, this in grain, so you have old crop and new crop. So, and in the same period of year, so you have to decide, do you want to trade old crop or new crop? So this is the new crop of soybeans. Therefore, I choose December contract. So, but usually in other markets, so in meat market also you have this problem with some contracts, but in 90% of the markets, so usually you choose the front contract, which is most liquid.
All right, I think we have time for one more question, maybe. The COT is shown public. It could be a trap too. So how can we identify beside looking for price action? Does that make sense?
So can you repeat it, please?
I think what Manish means is that can you fully trust COT report? Is that what you're asking, Manish? I'm really not sure. How can it be a trap otherwise?
So you shouldn't trust anyone. So yeah. So for that one, you have your risk management. So my experience is what I learned from Larry Williams. It worked for him for 50, 60 years and works for me since 11 years. So combination of COT data, technical analysis, seasonal trend, and risk money management, this is the right way how to approach the market and to make money long term.
Okay, and another short question. This is going to be a short answer. How many commodities and futures do you trade? I mean,
40.
probably how many markets? Yeah, 40.
40. Yeah.
Okay. Right, I think we should be wrapping up. I think we've answered most of the questions. Thank you very much, Max, for today. Please, if you're interested, the link that Max posted with the session, feel free to book a slot with us if you have any further questions or if you want to learn more about coaching. And the session is going to be with me, and I'm looking forward to meeting you all personally as well. Thank you so much for this session, Max. I hope everyone enjoyed it and found it useful and informative.
Thank you. Good luck on the markets. And remember, risk and money management is the key to success in trading, not a hidden strategy or some special entry techniques. So this is all about risk and money management. Have fun on the market and little bit luck. And the rest is your discipline and consistency. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
The rest is your discipline and consistency.